from State Farm. I'm winning. I finally cleaned my house, so I'm breaking out my new truck.
Presented by Comerica.
Hey, from State Farm. I'm winning. I finally cleaned my house, so I'm breaking out my new tropical room spray.
Keep winning and create affordable prices just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm Personal Price Plan.
Actually, I just want to go
Your
here.
own personal paradise.
Better find it, no
Hey,
problem.
grab me a coconut water.
Bundle. Just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Let's get out of here.
Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state. This is the story of one. As a facility technician installing a new welding station, he knows getting the ventilation right is critical for safety. That's why when questions arise, there's Granger. Granger offers technical product information online at his fingertips, so it's easy to find what he needs. Because when it comes to safety,
So yeah, I'm gonna study it that for at least an hour from my whole time I got now. 19 to I can find a little spot to study up.
As you cover as we dig into the first games of the season. Sun take on Aaron Rodgers as Monday night's kickoff. Jets reunite. And Tuesday from
Put a book together. PR.
The happy place comes in many colors. One that leaves you feeling refreshed. Something that gets you all fired up. Or gives you the space to chill. Whatever your color, bring happiness home with CertaPro Painters. Make your happy place your home. CertaPro Painters. That's painting happy. Get started today at CertaPro.com. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Contract license and registration information is available at CertaPro.com.
Get ready for kickoff, Texas. Rally House has the game day gear you're looking for, including Cowboys sideline gear and the latest college styles.
Rangers, Cowboys, Stars, don't mess with Mavericks, A's, and Raiders of Texas.
You're a big sport online at rallyhouse.com.
Mike Masakir with a touchdown deal. Need new windows? Dax Kurtz, co-owner of Best Buy Windows and Siding, has the perfect play.
Thanks, Mike. Hello. Here's single-hung windows for just $59.50. You won't find a better deal.
Meet the summer heat and start saving today with Best Buy Windows and Siding. And now,
Get my computer out there.
on all our windows. Peace of mind.
469 Windows. Visit BestBuyWindowsAndSiding.com today.
One thing, 3 wins. Straight savings. Keep your own phone.
Oh, that sucks.
For only $25 a month with free unlimited data. And get rewarded with a $200 phone credit after 12 months. It's a win-win-win. Head to Walmart or visit StreetTalk.com today. Switch to Straight Talk. Less dollars, more sense. Straight savings valid when others have been on device and mobile service. Most device credit question months back to service.
As the official ticket marketplace of the NFL, Ticketmaster's got the best way to take it all WNL. Thanks to Ticketmaster. As the official ticket marketplace of the NFL, Ticketmaster's got the best way to take it to the house when it comes to being there live. The most safest and most convenient marketplace. Just 100% verified resale tickets for every Cowboys game. And even if your plans get broken up or worse, turned over, Ticketmaster gives you more flexibility to sell your seats. Score your tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Cowboys.
Oh, man. Crap. It's at 20 minutes. I'm glad I left early. You're trying to put me in that traffic. I didn't want that crap. Are you kidding me? That would have put me back 5 minutes. I think they must think I'm over there in that crap.
Texas Energy Customer ComparePower.com.
2 miles. I'm good.
ComparePower.com.
Tell me. No, you got me over there.
For safety reasons.
I'm not in that.
At Class Doctor, good safety and security solutions for any purpose.
No, I'm not in that. That's that. brakes. Everybody hit their brakes. They're trying to exit though. That's why they're backing up there.
Zeke had 4 yards to carry, 10 for 40. He also had a hurdle, touchdown, and that was the Colin Fox as the Cowboys
they
dominate
closed
the
that
Cleveland
road.
Browns 33-17. The State Fair is bringing in all the new food for us to sample with the
Okay, what can I
KNC
get over?
Masterpiece at 9:40 this morning. So we'll give you a
First
State
things
Fair
first,
food preview.
Texas,
Nick
Texas
Eatman back
presence.
from Ohio, just like
Ah,
Bobby
close the
Belt,
lane,
joining
that's
us from
why.
DallasCowboys.com, brought to
Correct.
you by the Windstar World Casino and Resort, proud to be the official casino of the Dallas Cowboys. Please game responsibly. And you said the Cowboys filled out the bingo card yesterday?
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, it wasn't like a blackout, but you know, maybe like the Texas key or whatever they called it. But yeah, there was a lot of things that you wanted to see that got checked off the list.
Let's go down the list. What did they check off?
Well, I mean, obviously, let's start with the biggest offseason, question all along with Dak Prescott. I mean, that right there before the game even started. I mean, I thought that was a really big thing to get that done. And then just as you go through the list of the game, I mean, like, you wanted to see your superstars come out and play well, and they did. I thought that it wasn't clean on the second half as much, but they didn't have to be really. But it was, you wanted to see Dak play well. What's CD going to look like? What is Zeke going to look like? How about this defense under Mike Zimmer? I mean, Micah Parsons, I thought, was as good as he's been. Trayvon Diggs comes back, and, you didn't hear from him at all in the first half, but then he gets a pick. Kendricks, showed what he can do. Kalen Carson.
That line's open up over there, and this crap is all back
First
up.
start, the offensive line had some issues, early, but I think for the most part it was a good win just across the board. Things you wanted to see, Turpin, Aubrey, all of it was great.
Did you leave that game thinking the Cowboys may be even better than I thought, or Cleveland is worse than I thought?
Cleveland's worse than I
I
thought.
mean, definitely Cleveland is worse than I thought. I mean, I thought I said it maybe Friday.
Yeah.
And so that I didn't really see that kind of matchup. They look like a boring, slow team that's, like they look like a 1985 type of team where they just, they grinded, went on defense, try to run and all that. And in today's NFL, that's hard to compete. I understand they went 11-5. There's no doubt about it. But I just didn't see it as a matchup that was going to be a huge challenge for the Cowboys. But it was. I mean, and early on, and then they just pulled away. But I think a little bit of both. I think the Cowboys played better than I thought they would, and because I picked them to win by 7, so they played better than that. But I think Cleveland's going to have a tough year. I mean, I don't know if, with that division that they're in, I don't know how they're going to get back to the playoffs. But it's one game. It's one game. I don't think the Saints are going to average 47 a game. So it's one.
How much of the Deshaun struggles did you think were Cowboy related then?
A lot, because I mean, most quarterbacks in that setting are going to get sacked like 10 times. He kind of fought off, a lot of those. I mean, Micah Parsons probably still upset he didn't get more than just the one sack. But I thought that Zimmer did a really nice job of disguising things at times. But I don't think you've got the full, arsenal of what they're going to be able to do defensively. I mean, Micah, we've seen a lot of different things where he rushes from different sides, different areas, but it was really just, right side or left side, just right off the edge. I thought the defensive pressure was really, really good.
Nick Eatman on the D&M Leasing Hotline here on Sean and RJ every Cowboys Monday. What did you think of the young kids up front?
The offensive line, yeah.
Sorry.
I thought they struggled some, and guys needed some help at times. There were some times in the game where it was a little rough going, and BB too. But then again, when you look at the first sack of the game, I mean, it was Zach Martin that the guy got past and hit Dak like that, and I thought, oh wow, this could be. I know everyone probably thought the same thing, like. Is he even gonna remember that he signed a deal? I mean, that was a big hit right up the middle. But I thought for the most part they kind of calmed down. They didn't help Guyton every single play, and it should be easier from here for him You know, I mean, of all the guys he's going to go up against, it should be easier than going up against Myles Garrett.
Nick, what would you grade, and I know it was kind of a tale of two halves, but overall, what would you grade Dak Prescott's performance yesterday?
I would say
B minus.
B, just solid B. You know, they could have scored more points probably, you know, but I think it was fine. You know, it wasn't like lights out A, but that game reminded me of last year's game against the Giants. The only difference was that there was no defensive touchdown, but there was a special teams touchdown, and they blew them out, and it was very clear. And then the second half, they weren't scoring as much as you thought maybe they could have. But you know, it was a blowout from the start, and that's the game that kind of reminds me of that. Is that yeah, they can clean up some things in the red zone or whatever, and maybe score more, but they were kind of conservative there.
Considering that they don't play anybody in the preseason, is that kind of just par for the course? And you think generally around the league, there was a lot of teams that were just a little sloppy.
Yeah, a little sloppy. But I thought the second drive of the game where they got the ball to CD around the edge, and then you know, deep ball to CD, and then the touchdown pass to Cook is. I just remember in the offseason, they a question got asked to Dak, you know, who's got the best IQ on the team? And he goes, well, me. And they go, well, okay, you can't name yourself, name someone else. And he said, Brandon Cooks. He said, Brandon Cooks. And that right there made me think, like, you know, with CD not being a training camp, that they're developing a pretty good rapport there. And you saw it on that touchdown to Cooks, where, you know, he's off his back foot and he throws it up there, and Cooks hasn't even made the break yet. And there was a really good connection out of those two. And I know Dak has it with CD. I think Brandon Cooks, and I've said before, I think that his relationship with Dak and his ability to be a number one at times is going to help this offense to have two guys that can really go and make some big plays.
Nick, what numbers in the Dak or made you say, "Huh, okay." Saga.
The 6 and the 0, I think, are the two. I mean, the 60.
Is it 60 in Oxnard today?
That's a good question. Let's look.
Probably. That's where it probably is right now.
5 high.
You know. I think I feel like Dak was like, listen. You know, I'm gonna get this number. I'm gonna be, you know, very, very, you know, highly paid here, probably, you know, in the 60s. So, you know, it was part of the negotiation. I mean, I think it was higher than that, obviously. And he was the guy that they had to have, and you know, it was part of the negotiation. I mean, I think it was higher than that, obviously. In the, you know, maybe mid-60s at some point. But I'm glad they got it done. I think that, you know, it's I mean, we're all trying to probably relieve it, stop talking about it, but. Now, I'm just glad that he played well, because I could see that being, you know, you don't play well, and then it's just this, you know, huge narrative. And it's still going to happen every time. If he throws a pick, if he, you know, they lose the game, it's going to be, you're going to be labeled that $60 million guy. But, you know, I thought he played well. I said, with everything considered, I thought he played well. I don't know. What do you guys think? You guys played out on me when I said B.
I would have said B minus at the best. He had a good first off in the second half.
B minus is where I would.
But of course, his haters are gonna. I already a couple of the messages. 40, 60 a year for 179 and 1. Like, totally, they're gonna. It's like politics. You forget all the other factors and you make it your narrative, and forget about that it was a beatdown and a blowout in the second half of the game.
You know what I said the Giants game from week 1. Now that I think about it, how about week 2 against the Jets? When I think they won like 30-10, and it was this kind of game where it was like, just keep kicking field goals, because once you realize they're not going to score, they're not going to do anything all over here. So don't be stupid, and don't try to get them back in the game with a crazy play.
Yeah.
And as much as people wanted to see a 71-yard attempt, like I was like, don't do that.
Yeah.
Please don't do that, because all I can think of is Auburn, Alabama. So like you don't need to give them any reason, to give any momentum here at the end of the half.
Nick, what are you hearing or thinking about Jake Ferguson's injury?
Well, how about seeing? Because I walked right past him on the plane at the end of the game, and no words were said. I didn't say anything to him. I just feet, ankles, knees, nothing wraps or anything, no sleeves, nothing. He was kind of standing up. He was kind of jacking around and laughing and throwing something at somebody, goofing around, just in a good mood and all that jovial. And I thought, okay, like I feel good about that. You know what I mean? Like if it was that, there may be an MRI today. I honestly don't know that. But I just got the sense, and Jack said it too. Jack said he'll be fine. And I talked to a couple other people, and they were kind of like, he's gonna be fine. He'll be fine. So that's what I've heard. Hopefully nothing changes from that today. But just by walking by someone, you get the sense that if it was really serious, he wouldn't be standing up. He'd have some kind of wrap, some kind of brace. I believe he did have his knee wrapped when he left the locker room, but it was. I think he's going to be fine. But then again, I didn't stay in the Holiday Inn. I'm not a doctor.
Yeah, he stayed better probably.
Right.
Right. Nick Even, DallasCowboys.com, back from Cleveland with us every Cowboys Monday. Brought to you by the WinStar World Casino and Resort. Thank you, brother. Get some sleep.
Get my life together, leave these hoes alone. Pray to God I can leave the screen, this bag of shit get more than old. Baby, please don't leave it every day, her heart get more than cold. I'm tired of piping these bitches up, I'm chopping shit like provolone. I'm trying to run my digits up, at the same time watch with them crackers on. Bitch, I call you picking up, what the fuck these hoes be on? I just went my 48. The bad bitch with nobody counter, put my focus on. Nigga, try to end my career, truth be told, don't fuck with homes. So many bad bitches up in here, which one of them I'm taking home? I'm balling on all these niggas, same court that the Lakers on. I'm more up than all these niggas, baby girl, my paper long. Do you love me? Do you trust me? Say you got
managed care plan that frees up your time and energy so you can focus on what matters? Check out United Healthcare. We offer whole person care to help you thrive, including no-cost prescription delivery and rights to doctor visits. To learn more about a Star Plus plan from United Healthcare, visit uhccp.com/text